Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, wonderful, wonderful individual. Today, I would like to speak about spiritual development is like a garden which we constantly have to tend to and to nourish and to bring kindness and warmth. It really is about what state of being we are when we do tend to that garden. It is, do we have a state inwards that is of reflecting gratitude, or is it in a state of concern and fears and nervousness? Overcoming these forces requires us to become a little silent, so from the silence, of course, practice makes practice makes master over time. So from that silence, inspiration comes. Of course, it is all based on if we are rooted in values and moral promptings or not. For if we are to steadily but sturdily come into the spiritual world, it needs dedication and consistency. For if we try to force our way in, I think I've mentioned it a few times now, there are other forces that are more than willing to help you in on a shortcut. But to what price? What kind of abilities will you get? But what kind of, foundations will you forego building for that payment? The thing is, we are not meant to become more than humans too quickly. We are not meant to become superhumans before our inner character and moral has been built in a true deep sense. We are still constantly in process of developing. It is an active, ongoing, constant development. And to be able to live into it consciously, this constant change in a sense, sitting still and feeling everything that comes and goes, and despite if it is something that is turbulent or if it's something that is calm, we can still sit with it. It's our inner being after all. And for us to be able to calm it down, being able to see things clearly and consciously, we need to be able to calm our inner being down and sit within our own self with the presence of the silence or the turbulence based on who you are. What kind of inner developmental stage are you on? For we are all at different stages of development, incarnated in different countries with different stages, and we have been given either advantages or detriment based on the country, and that is all of our developmental stage in karma. Now, for us to truly work objectively and consciously into this, we need to be grateful and have reverence and devotion for life, for where we have been incarnated, for any. It really is nothing to not be grateful for in the end, even the turbulence and turmoil, because the silver lining, finding what strengths and qualities and insights you build and earn by going through certain uncomfortable and turbulent times. Now, I say turbulent and and uncomfortable because pain and emotional chaos often is included in that. For us to silently calm our being so we can sit within our body, using our whole vessel, our faculties for perception and for reflection and whatever we slowly but surely grow and practice and train to show the world, like creativity, like imagination, inspiration and intuition. That means higher thinking, higher feeling, and higher will. Of course, it is something we slowly earn our way into. To have a communion with the higher worlds is something we earn over time through moral and disciplined actions. For they do not allow in any and everything. Of course, they are supporting and assisting every one of us, and especially if we open ourselves up and ask for it. But it's not like they will be. I digress. It's really they help everyone, but based on karma, they will have to use variations of experiences and even sometimes chaotic experiences to commune with them, but they have to do so indirectly. It's kind of like watching the signs instead of feeling where the signs come from, you see. So you observe the signs to direct and guide you instead of listening directly to who tells you the signs. It is fully possible to directly come to those that show you the signs, where you can have a direct communion with these beings. Of course, they can only be in communion if we in freedom allow to be conscious in the moment and within our being and feel with our heart. For it is easy to feel if beings are, more backward spirits, or if they are progressive, healing, loving, kind spirits. For you cannot, in the spiritual world, pretend these things. When you feel something, you feel their being. You feel their whole being. So, are you capable of it yourself? Can you sit with another human being and really feel what they feel, think what they think, and so on? Yes, you can. But what is your intention with it? Is your intention to hold an open atmosphere so everyone can express themselves in a creative way, or have the opportunity to if they choose to? Or do you hold yourself, stuck in there in a square box? It really is the dedication, the consistency, and the active asking and praying for assistance from the higher worlds that allows us to slowly but surely connect into them. It is a daily active affair that happens every day, all day, more or less. And it is an active proving ourselves worthy, earning our way home again, but in a new way. We're not meant to go back to what we were in the past. We are meant to develop in a new way. We are moving forward after all, not backwards. So it's impossible to go backwards. Once a faculty earned can never be truly deleted. It can only fall away if new faculties again comes forth. Like in earlier times we had atavistic clairvoyance, dim haze clairvoyance that was a matter of course. But that slowly fell away so that we could have clear daytime thinking, clear active perception and daytime thinking. It brings freedom, it brings individuality, personality, and independence. And through that, we again connect into the whole. That is when we become, in future incarnations, or we won't even have incarnation at that time. And when we develop to our new stage, into the Jupiter stage, we will be more and more alike spirits of freedom and love. True spirits of the Christ, really. A love chosen in freedom and actively striven for despite anyone telling you it doesn't exist, or it's not important, or this is important, or that is important. Compassion, love, forgiveness. Those are the forces that truly brings growth, development, and redemption to our soul. And it also brings insight. It brings true intelligence and not merely cleverness. It brings true comprehension, for comprehension stems from the heart, not from the head. One really has to live into something to truly comprehend it. And, well, to be able to do so, one would often have to experience certain things. And yeah, that in on itself speaks for itself, right? Can be very, very turbulent. But in the end, what I want to come to a conclusion about is the active daily striving and consistency. And, you know, the saying of having the cake and eating it too. Wishing to have all of these faculties and abilities and qualities without doing anything. Just by being given, I just want to have them, you know? These things are striven for. These things are actively in consistent progress striven for. Many people would probably not like to hear that. Those that want to have things digested and easily understood in a small tiny pamphlet that says universal truth. But there is not only one single one-sidedness. You can observe a tree from 4 different perspectives as an example to see the whole tree. It's the same with reality. Are we seeing it from the physical aspects, from the mineral aspects, or do we see it from the life formative forces? Or do we see it from people's drives and longings and passions? Do we see it from their thoughts? Do we see it from their compassion and forgiveness? You can see it from so many lenses, but based on what lens we see things from, that is the essence of us. So if we see the world as pure darkness, that means we have utterly fallen to darkness. If we see hope and striving for love and compassion in this world, we see that, we see the potential for that, we see the future of that. And as I mentioned, love is the most potent force in the universe. So if you strive for it, I can guarantee you have some amazing, beautiful, beautiful higher siblings with you. Michael, Uriel, Raphael, Gabriel, Urifiel, Samael, all of these archangels of the planetary systems, you have all of them assisting us. You have the Christ, you have Father and the Holy Spirit. We do really have. And it is really not about even, it really is about that. Thank you, even though I don't deserve this. Thank you so much for the humility. It's important to know that as long as the world looks like it is now, this world karma, we really have some work to do, and we kind of, every single gift we are given is in grace, is from the future, for the future. So it is kind of future, we borrow from the future to keep on going. For if we didn't have these graces, we would constantly be in the minus. Here is the red, and we would be boop under here and constantly have to pay this. But since we have grace, we are able to go on, to have that one more joy in life, and to be grateful for every little thing that might occur of a joyous nature, of a warm nature. For gratitude counteracts the fear of lack. It's so important, for the fear of lack fills your whole being in with nervousness and skepticism, and there is no balance and there is no stability there. Holding your inner being clear, clean, and with a certain feeling of faith, love, and hope, knowing that God takes care of certain things in the background. You just have to have faith in that. And keep on going. Be consistent. For you will come to see. It's all about the faith, you know? May Father, Holy Spirit, Christ, Michael, angel masters of all, ancestors from every incarnation, bless, protect, guide, and love you on your amazing, beautiful, individual journey. And may you be provided for with all that you need to survive, live, thrive, being creative and inspirational, and a healing force so others can choose to follow if they wish to, in freedom. So, thank you so much. May you be safe and sound. Love you. See you later. Goodbye.